Hey, it's Melissa with Sincerely Creative Mom. Let's talk about a bow example for a tree topper. So we're covering these bows in our upcoming tree decorating class. We're going to talk about size. We're going to talk about installations. We're going to talk about larger tree toppers. We're going to talk about filling your tree. We're going to talk about making your old tree look new. We're going to talk about all these things. But right now, let's do a really quick example for a tree topper bow. So I'm just going to take a 2.5 inch on the bottom, make a little longer tail, and then we're going to go with 2 loops on each side, maybe a 7 inch here, 2 loops on each side, and a tail. Excuse me. So we have 2.5 inch ribbons. So if you're putting tree topper bows for sale right now is definitely the time to be doing that. We're going to talk about costs. We're going to talk about installation. We're going to talk about ornaments. We're going to talk about all these things in our tree class. Pinch, twist, and loop. And I'm going to slide it down in there. Y'all, I have carpal tunnel pretty bad. So please excuse my use of the Easy Bow Maker, although I shouldn't have to excuse myself because it is lovely. I always use it. I'm just using it a little bit more recently. Alright, so I'm going to just cut this off up here. I'm adding in some red. So just having, if you were making something for someone specific, then obviously you're going to have, you know, colors that they want, colors that they don't want, that sort of thing. This is just, I'm going to put it for sale as a tree topper bow. There we go. So we have 1 loop there. So in the class, we're actually decorating 2 trees, 2 Christmas trees, a fall tree. I guess I should make sure I have enough ribbon first, right? A fall tree and a bonus Halloween tree. Sorry. So I love this little snowman. He is adorable. I'm coming right in with some loops that are a little bit smaller than the last one. So snowmen, tree decorating, very popular, right? So creating tree toppers for popular themes, color themes, designs will probably do better for you than just say you want to make a bow that matches your tree. So pinch and twist and loop and pinch and twist and loop through here. And again, that last loop is going to go straight up, so let me just put that in there. Bringing in some black and white. Now we're going to bring in some polka dots just for fun, because everybody loves polka dots. And I'm going to go with 2 loops here, even though I just did the 2 loops with the snowmen. I'm going to go 2 loops here. Pinch, twist, loop, making sure those loops are about the same. So I want a nice big full tree topper. Again, depending on the size of your tree, which we are definitely going to cover in class. And then the last one going right on top, super duper cute. I'm gonna go one loop each. One nice big loop in the center, and then one nice loop on each side. With a topper, or with a extra tail. Let's do two. It's gonna look better with two. Pinch, twist, and loop. So we're gonna talk about popular color themes in our class. We're going to talk about cost of tree topper bows. We're going to talk about a little bit about installations and go into a customer's house to do that kind of install. So then from here, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Then from here we're going to lift off. Now, one thing I do for tree toppers is I make sure that the thing that people are going to use to tie on their tree is separate than what I'm going to use to tie the bow together. So from here, I'm just going to kind of wrap these around, and this is just going to become like longer. So it's just easier for your customer to install, and it's not going to come apart there. Okay, so this is now longer. I just took these tinsel ties and just made two and put them together. Then I'll kind of go in here and look for my center and then lift it off. Actually, we should probably make our zip tie. I don't have big zip ties. I don't know why. I just don't. So I'm going to take two of these and put them together. I'm going to take two and put them together. There we go. And then that'll be just a little bit easier. Okay, so I'm going to just lift this off here. Just like that. Nice and tight. I'll lift it all the way off. Squish it. Hold it nice and tight. I'm going to take our zip tie here. Oops. Our zip tie, our handmade zip tie. And I'm going to wrap it around here. Nice and tight. I'm going to use my tool. Again, I'm going to make sure that this is separate than the tie that we're going to add on there. Oh, then it ended up being real close to the other one. There we go. So I can still see that zip tie right now. I'm just going to add this, kind of make it a little bit worse even. I'm going to add that to the center. And right to the back so I can easily show the customer like, hey, this is what you do. And then from here, we're going to fluff it out. So I'm going to take that center loop that I made, put it right up to the top, and kind of loop it together, or separate it, if whatever words you want to say. So it just hides that zip tie down there, or in the center rather. I'm going to leave those longer tails all come into one side. Okay, now I've not on purpose, but this one is this is the shortest. It's where I'm going to cut all the rest of them so that they're, you know, not weird looking and oddball and not even. So we're going to cut everything according to that, which I do kind of like them a little bit longer than we actually ended up, but if this is where we ended up, I could add a longer piece to meet the length of all of these, but I'm not going to do that. So then I'm going to just do the same thing to the top, just because I don't want to forget those. Oh, they're all done. Perfect. That one's a little bit taller than I need. Very good here. Perfect. Okay. So then I'm just going to fluff, making sure all those middle tails come up to the top. All of them, every single one up to the top. Perfect. Kind of put my snowman in the center. There we go. And then I'm going to make sure that, starting with the bottom, I pull all of those ribbons apart. To make sure we can see every single one in the layers. Hold on to my thingies back here and then just make sure they're all fluffed. So again, in the class, we're going to show you how to install, good tips on how to install just a bow, or even if you're like me and love tree toppers, or like my favorite thing on the planet, we're going to show you how you can create a tree topper to sell, create a tree topper to install. Maybe you just want to do it for yourself and you want to practice. And before you actually buy all your stuff to do to do your own. The class is October 15th, 16th, and 17th. Don't worry if you're not going to be available for that class, because everything is going to be recorded, so you'll be able to see everything on replay when you are ready. So here we are. Beautiful, beautiful. And then I would just pretend this is my tree, and so I want my tree to stick up past the bow, and then I would just tie that around the trunk. Super, super pretty. I hope this inspires you. I'd love to see you in the class. We're going to talk about ornaments, ornaments on the tree, garlands on the tree, lighting, adding all the picks and sprays, an ornament trick that I love to do, placement, quantities. We're going to talk about all these things. Tree toppers are definitely on the list. I cannot wait for the class. It's holidaytreeclass.com, all three words, holidaytreeclass.com. It's me. I'll be teaching this class. Lots of great information, and I cannot wait, not only for the class, but I can't wait to see you in there. So I can't wait to see your inspirations and what your trees look like after class. There is a post in there that I'd like to see your 2022 tree, and then if you want to then be brave and post when you have your tree up this year, your 2023 tree. I would love to see. That transformation there. So I hope that you enjoyed. This is just a tree topper. Again, pricing, installations, tree toppers, all the things in tree. So we're doing a Christmas tree live. We're doing a fall tree live. I'll have a Halloween tree recording in there. And then there's other recordings that talk about specifically tree topper bows, tree toppers, stuffing your tree and making it look much thicker and fuller than it really is. Let's say you have an old tree and you're like, oh, I really want a new tree, but I don't want to spend the money. If you're like me with my parents, their tree is super old. I'm going to show you how you can upgrade your tree with not a lot of extra money, some extra money, but not a lot. Probably cheaper than buying a new full tree, that's for sure. So lots of things going on. I hope to see you in the class. It's holidaytreeclass.com. All three words, holidaytreeclass.com. I will see you there. Thanks, y'all.